Hey guys, so one thing I did want to say before we jump too far into this is that this is not a style that I am very familiar with. I've experimented with it a little bit. I enjoy it. Definitely, I enjoy a lot of the results. But after I set the disc down, I realized, I got to get you guys some tips from someone that does really good work. So I reached out to Bullwinkle Dyes on Instagram, and they hit me with some awesome advice and some good tips. So I'm going to go ahead and add those tips at the end after you see what my product looks like. That way, you're going to know, okay, this is why this happened, this is why it didn't work or did work. So after the video, go ahead and find them on Instagram. Actually, don't find them. I'm going to add their link into the description below. Please go like them. They have some amazing dyes over there. Definitely very talented. Hey everybody, my name is Cole, and I am the man behind Dye to Disc. You may have seen my last video where we covered the shaving cream and iDye Poly and ProChem Prosperse dye method. That method we use in order to get streaks and get that kind of like intergalactic warp drive effect. Today I'm going to be looking at a different style. We're going to be doing lotion and worm dip. Now, this style is going to be completely different, but it is UV reflective, very cool. It is a little bit more involved. So first off, let's take a look at supplies. Alright, supplies on this are fairly minimal. You're going to need cocoa butter. I recommend this brand, Quinoline. Very easy to get. Most supermarkets will carry it. Only $1, maybe $2. You get that whole big thing. And worm dip. I prefer quick coat. Some people like spike it. Regardless of which one you get, for the love of God, do not get the scented ones. They will transfer onto your disc. Your disc will smell like garlic or bait fish. Get the unscented, trust me. This cocoa butter is going to make your disc smell like cocoa butter. You want that smell, not the other smells. Got a cup of warm water, and then an empty cup, and two things to transfer the worm dip. I also, as always, use an ultimate disc as my base, and definitely going to want to put some newspaper down. This will stain very quickly, and it is not easy to get out. As always, I recommend working on over newspaper. And as I mentioned, it will stain easily. Gloves, they're essential. Trust me, I've done it too many times without gloves, and somehow it always gets over my hands. The obvious one, you're going to want the disc that you're going to want to dye. We're going to be working with this Infinite Discs Destroyer. That guy is for another video that I'm going to be making at the same time, which is why I have this. That video should be up the next couple days after this one. One quick thing, I almost forgot. Forgot last video, I won't forget this one. You are going to want to use a premium type plastic, something like Star, G-Star, anything over 400 for Prodigy. The higher the better. 750 takes dye really well. 400 will take it alright though. You're going to want to stick away from anything that's like that rubbery base plastic. Will not dye, and if it does, it will fade very quickly. So don't waste your money, don't waste your time. Stick with the premium plastics and try to get white. Any other colors, especially the lighter ones, will work, but they will tint your dye. So you're going to want to use white to get the purest colors. Alright? Alright, very important. I almost forgot to mention this as well. When you're doing this style of dye, you're going to want to have an idea of the pattern you're going to want to use before you lay down your cocoa butter. So what I'm going to do on this one is I'm going to start out here, and it's going to kind of expand out. You'll definitely understand what I'm talking about once I start laying the cocoa butter and once I get the colors on there. Alright, so to start out, I'm going to set that there and then kind of go around. Alright, so I'm going to set the base, you get the idea, and then I'll shoot right back. Alright, so this is what our base is going to look like. We're going to start from the center and kind of have it burst outward. So for starters, we're going to use some pink right in the middle there. So I'm going to take my fresh eyedroppers, that's the word I couldn't think of earlier. Going to just put it in there. Drop it in. The other thing you're going to need that I forgot to mention, toothpick. You're going to want to kind of mix that in there nice and good. Sorry guys, I'm trying to film with my right hand while I shoot with my while I work with my left hand. I am left hand dominant. I'm one of those people. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a couple different colors, probably going to mix it up, throw some red, some orange, maybe a little bit of blue, and then just kind of, I'll show you what I'm going to do after that. Almost forgot to mention, the reason we have the warm water is to get that color out of the eyedropper. You're going to want that as free and clear of the color as possible. The other thing you can do is mix in some 100% acetone or some nail polish remover. That'll help get all that dye out. Alright, so something I should mention, I am not quite as proficient in this style as I am in the shaving cream method and the other method that I'm going to be showing, which is the hair dye method. However, you can get some very vibrant colors and some awesome looks with this. This probably isn't going to be the sweetest disc you've ever seen, but you're at least going to understand what you're going to need to do. Now, looks ugly here. I went a little bit heavy with the red. Very easy to do. As with iDye Poly, the red is very powerful. But for now, what I'm going to do is, in order to get the look that I'm looking for, I'm just going to drag that out, come over here and wipe it off. And just going to repeat that process. Now you can do anything you want here. Lots of people love doing figure eights. Those are going to give you some cool looks. It's kind of what I did when I was mixing the individual colors. But here I'm just really looking to make it a burst and really drag that through. Alright, so give me just 1 sec. I'm going to try one more thing. Alright, so something I wanted to try was I dipped my toothpick, some black worm dip, and just kind of made some more lines just to see if I could get any of the black to kind of pop in here or there. Doesn't look like it really worked, but we'll see in the final product. So now what I'm going to do is what I always do. We're going to wash the disc with soap and warm water. Going to pat it dry with a paper towel, and then we're going to come set it down on top of here, and I'll show you from there. Alright, so I've got it set down. Now I'm just going to give it a little push. You're going to see some colors bleed out. You're really just going to want to make sure your edges are in the dye. See there? They're right in there. They're not lifted up. That's going to create blank spots. Now, we're going to let this set anywhere from 10 to 24 hours. We'll kind of make a split decision call. Going to try to be patient on this one, let it set for 24 hours. Alright, just wanted to point out, so I got it weighted down. I kind of shored up the sides. And this is what you're going to get when you use too much dye. Like I said, I went too heavy on the red, and it all came rushing out. I didn't mix it in well enough. Take your pick, a couple reasons that happens. We'll see what it looks like. It looks like it's obviously going to bleed through the yellow. Should still look okay. We'll find out tomorrow. Guys, remember when I said this stuff would stain? Well, during one of my cut scenes, I spilt some of it, and it was even on the newspaper, and it still went through, and I tried to clean it up with acetone. Ruined our cheap little table. So, Matt and Allie, I apologize. I will be buying my roommates a new table now. So with that being said, if any of you want, I know I'm teaching you to dye discs, but I also sell them. So go on over to my Instagram page, buy a disc from me, help me replace my roommate's table. It's appreciated. Or if you don't want to do that, I'm going to be that guy, that YouTuber that says, just go ahead and like and subscribe. It helps a lot. Alright, so our disc has been sitting for about 22 hours now. Part of me is just impatient. The other part of me thinks maybe we should pull this up now. Let's give it a go and see what happens. Alright, we're doing this in a stainless steel sink. Normally I would recommend gloves, but my hands are still stained. So I'm not worried about it. So in case you guys are wondering, doing this with one hand, not easy. There you have it. That red kind of took over down bottom. I'm not going to say I'm not happy with it, but definitely some things I could do better. Alright guys, so just a quick recap. Obviously mine didn't turn out the exact way I envisioned it. Used way too much red. That's an issue I thought I saw, but kind of pushed through anyways. The good news is, like I said earlier in the video, I did reach out to Bullwinkle Dyes on Instagram. So this is the tips that he gave me, and I really hope it can help you guys out. It's going to give you a much better looking product than what I got. We got some vibrant colors, so I definitely know that there's some promise here. So I just need to work more on that. But I wanted to let you guys know how to at least start to do it. So this is what our friends over at Bullwinkle Dyes have to say. Lay down your lotion bed. This time though, what you're going to do is you're actually going to mix the dye and the lotion separate containers and then lay down the bed, using whatever colors you choose. Then you're going to pull something through, like a toothpick that we used, to make that final design that you want. Then soak the disc face down for anywhere from an hour to 24 hours. As you see, I waited mine 22 hours and I got some real vibrant colors. I recommend somewhere around that time range. Really, it all depends on the plastic type, but I suggest probably doing longer is better. So I really, again, just want to thank the guys over at Bullwinkle Dyes, and I will put their info in the description of this video. So thanks guys for checking out my channel, and I should have another one coming up for you with my hair dye techniques. Alright, thanks guys. Until next time.